Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Maria from Under the Night Moon, and I'm here tonight to do flip through for you of what I'm calling round 2 of the collections that I've made using the absolutely stunning, beautiful papers from the PixieDustFiles, some of her new collection of papers, and they are so absolutely breathtaking. I just don't have enough time in the day to create with these papers, but I'm so excited to have 2 more books for you using these beautiful, beautiful papers. And so I made 2. They're identical, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip through one for you. These books also are huge. Definitely not the biggest books I've ever made, but oops, I gotta put this book. Definitely it's a large journal, and you can kind of see from the camera. I'll turn it sideways here so you can kind of see. It's slimline in it's slimline, but yet I really love adding the different layers of pages here, and so I've it definitely exceeded the slimline dimensions, but these papers could be a slimline journal, and I'll show you. Hopefully these books will inspire you to create with these papers, and you can totally do that in the slimline. I just like to, be different, I guess. So it's about 6 inches wide, and then you can see here, hopefully, let me turn it sideways again, it's just about 12 inches, maybe a quarter of an inch shy of 12 inches long. So a lot of room to journal in this book. So let me show you the inside. I have it tied with just a simple piece of twine here, and I love the scaling of the papers here. I love the juxtaposition of pages kind of I don't want to say sticking out, but just sort of like the waterfall style there. I just love, there's no rules, and it's a very creative and free way of working, and I really like that a lot. It allows just for so much freedom using the different layers and different size pages. So it's 2 signatures that I've sewn in. The spine has been covered with this really beautiful beautiful brocade fabric, and then there's a matching like teardrop tassel trim down here on the bottom. I just think the colors are so absolutely gorgeous in these papers. And then I did a fair amount of gold embossing, as you can see here on the cover, edged everything in gold, and of course throughout this book it's edged in gold. So yeah, so that is the cover. And I also used very sturdy cardboard for the covers to hold all the papers in place. And so the book consists of 3 parts. So the spine, the back cover, and the front cover are the sturdy bookboard. And yeah. And then inside, I've run a beautiful piece of just vintage lace. There's seam binding underneath. And it is a little tuck spot. I put this little tab in there to show you that you could store some pictures in there, some prayer cards, and it goes down to where this beautiful little wax seal is of a crown. And then I ran some beautiful gold die cut frame along the edge there. And I have a lot of prayer cards that I have, and a book like this would be a nice home for them. This would make a really beautiful prayer devotional journal. It could also be an art journal. So yeah. And then on the bottom here I attached a rhinestone cross, and a really pretty like pewter colored faceted glass bead, and a really pretty paper, Prima paper rose. And then the first page is just the stunning beauty of these digitals. And I just added a little bit of lace, a little tab here. And inside on the very first page, I strung with some seam binding through the top here a couple of little journaling cards that come with the collection. And you can see the tea dyeing on the back side. And then I did add the gold paint to the tea dyeing to give it a sparkle sheen. And I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but it definitely sparkles ever so lightly. And then I did get out my sprays and just hinted some aqua blue here and there for fun. I used the deckled edge as well. And these are just fun little journaling cards that you can use, just because I want to make sure you have plenty of places to journal. Really beautiful piece of embossed cardstock here. And then on the other side, I did St. Joseph and a little piece of the die cut frame here. And I tucked it right underneath his cradle there. And I love the way that looks. Very sweet. And then a little offcut of the papers, because every single scrap of these papers is just gorgeous. So I just cut it into a little tag shape and tucked it behind St. Joseph there. And then I did die cut this set of wings, but I have a different place for them to go. And then it is a pocket. And I just put some little stamps and some more embossing. These are just little handmade tags from the offcuts. And then tabs, some pretty pink paper. There's some stamping here for your journaling, music paper, sketchbook paper. I did do some stamping here. And there's a lot of textiles in this book that I just added for really just for beauty. Little pieces of brocades, some vintage lace, a gorgeous piece of silk ribbon here. I think that's like a millinery ribbon here. This gorgeous shade of green. Oh, it's kind of dark out. It's nighttime here. But I wanted to get these videos done because I have all the pictures done. And yeah. This side here is the center of the first signature is this paper, but what I found was I didn't, so it was open first and I ended up closing it, so for durability purposes. But it's this really beautiful vintage paper and I embossed it. I stamped and die cut this really pretty frame and just made it a little tuck spot here, because I didn't want anything to happen to this paper, and I just figured if I bound the two together it'd be a little more sturdy. So it made a nice little tuck spot here. And then on the other side, a really pretty piece of gold embossed paper for you to play with. And this side is paper, so you can write on it. It's only metallic on the one side. And then a gorgeous Sacred Heart image from my stash. This really pretty mother of pearl and gold trim here. And so that goes right in that little pocket there. Some stamping, again, more textiles. And then on the other side of this page, another little pocket. And you can see the beautiful papers. I added this really pretty pearl teardrop, some more beaded sequined lace, and another embossed tag with some sari silk. And then I backed it with some of that vintage paper here. It's not embossed, so that you could write on the back. And then a gorgeous, gorgeous Miraculous Mary. If you don't know the story of the Miraculous Mary, let me know in the comments. I'll link if you want to know about it, I'll put a link in the description box. Beautiful story. Some more sketchbook paper, some more music paper, the other side of the pink paper, some stamping. Like I said, a lot of place for you to journal. And then this is the last page of the first signature. Gorgeous, gorgeous papers. And then I just kind of threaded through some really pretty seam binding just for interest to the page. I think it's really pretty. And again, just some little fabrics, some vintage lace, some really pretty teal colored lace that you can definitely cut from and use. You can take little pieces of this and make your own little tags. You can download the collection of papers and really have fun with these papers. And then the beginning of the second signature is the most beautiful paper. I mean, it's just stunning. And what I love about PixieDustFiles, or Debrina is the artist, her art is just so beautifully done. You don't have to do anything to it. It's so thoughtful in all of the little details that she gives you, the little roses and the text. Now I did do some gold embossing for wow factor, but you really don't have to do any of that to have a beautiful, beautiful slimline journal with these papers. And you can see all I did was print it and fold it in half. So, yeah. Now I did also add some really cool gold corners. And of course, if you want to dress these papers up, you could absolutely have fun like I did, but they're just so beautiful. And then I added some antique lace. On the inside, you can see kind of the aqua misting that I did. And then down here, made a beautiful pocket out of this golden fabric. Added another little preem of flower. And then I did a little rose charm. It's a glass ceramic bead. These are so pretty. I love them. Let me show you up close. And it just hangs off this pretty pink seam binding bow here. But I hope you can see the pretty little glass charm there. And then just some trims and things from my stash. Some more textiles. Up here is some embossed ribbon, which is really fun to do. I did add some gold to it. And then I gave you just a little collection of some embossed papers to have fun with. You can cut them, make them into tabs. You can run them along the edge of the papers. Just some fun things to play with. And then full sheet of the music paper. Always little tabs and ruffles to kind of help find your way. More beautiful gold embossing. And then here is another, so with this kit comes these large tags, the slimline version, and I think you get 4 of them. There's this one. Have I used any so far? I don't think I have. I think that's the first one. Okay, so you get this one, and then the others are here. Here's another one. Okay, so we'll get to them. So this is one of them. And like I said, the digital creations are just so beautiful. Now, this one I did not emboss, but I did use a little gold paint on there. I did put a little wax seal of a crown here on the bottom and just some really pretty gold lace. And again, I strung it with some seam binding ribbon and attached it to the top, so it is like a little flip. So you can flip it over, you can write on the back or add pictures. You can put your pictures here and write here. Just a fun way to add extra writing to the papers. And then look at the florals. So gorgeous. You can see I didn't do anything to this paper and it's just stunning. And then just some more journaling, some hand stamping here, little tabs. I did add this gorgeous alphabet from my stash, just for some interest, and I just think it's so beautiful to go with her florals. So pretty, just love. And then this this here is some really beautiful Anna Griffin die cut paper. It's very, very sturdy. That's why I didn't mind adding it to the end of the journal here, because I know it's super, super heavy. Don't know what the weight of her papers. I want to say they're 180 GSM. Not sure, but they're very, very sturdy and durable. So I did put a little pocket here, another little Prima rose, and then in this pocket is another one of her journaling tags. And I cut the top off where the tag part would have been, mainly so that it would just fit in this pocket. And I liked the white up above showing. So you get that one as well. And then I did die cut this really beautiful elaborate frame for you to play with. Maybe you have a beautiful picture that you want to put in there, and this can be just glued down anywhere, or you can just add the picture and keep it just tucked right in here. So pretty. And then I did add some raspberry paper just to brighten up the book a little bit, and down here some more ribbons, trims. And then over here I've been using the IOD molds. This is I think this is either from the frame or the Cameo. I think it's the Cameo. And then you can see I kind of hand painted it to sort of match the florals here, and I used Tim Holtz inks and just did like a light watercolor over them, and then just a little bit of gold over the top to finish. And I love, love, love adding these to my journals. And then it's a belly band. I attached it with some glossy accents here. On the you can see this is the Anna Griffin die cut paper here. And on this side, I decoupaged this really beautiful napkin just for interest and something different. I love the way that came out. And then in the belly band, I just made a little notepad using some of the offcuts, some of the tea-dyed papers, and just a place for you for extra writing and people that you need to pray for, or music, or books you want to read. I always like to just add an extra little notepad if I can. And so I just tucked that into there. And then on the other side, again, another beautiful pocket, some more gold embossing. And then I also recently got some marble papers, and I just think they're really beautiful and fun. The colors are gorgeous. Wouldn't it be fun to write with a white gel pen on the back of this paper? And then I just added some fun gold. This is vintage gold trim for you to play with. And yeah, and then on this side I have this really beautiful rose vellum, and so I gave you a nice big piece of that. I put it over this beautiful tea-dyed aqua cardstock here, but you can cut that up or fold it into a card and make tabs out of it. You can sort of play. I like to make sure that there's plenty of papers and things for you to play with, like this really pretty piece of embossed paper, just for the person to have fun things to play with. And then a beautiful Blessed Mother image from my stash. And then down here you can see more of the embossed ribbons and some more textiles for fun. And then tea-dyed papers. This is the center. I'm sorry if I had it crooked there. I just want to make sure you can see everything in frame. But look at this gorgeous, absolutely stunning page. So these are all pages, the florals for the slimline, but like I said, because I like the different size papers, but you could keep them all one size if you didn't want to do that. I just think this is so beautiful, and it's just beautiful. I didn't do anything to this page except add a little piece of tulle up here in the corner, and then I sewed a little enamel cross onto this little aqua star tulle here because it's so beautiful. And then a little sparkle over here, and that's the center of the second signature. Again, more tea dyeing. And then here are two more of the tags. There's this one here, and then I used one for the back. And again, I made another little notepad. I embossed this gorgeous frame on the cover, and I thought it'd be so fun. You could write, you know, the date, or if there's a, Mary's wedding, or like if there's an event, you could write in here, or you could add a little picture into the frame. So yeah, I left that open, and it's just a really beautiful, like Baroque style frame. Embossed, and then you can see more of the embossed ribbon, some more textiles for fun, just ribbons and things. And then inside here, really pretty piece of some beautiful, I don't even know what kind of fabric this is. It's like trim, but it's embroidered. I just love it. I give you a big piece of that. And then again, just some offcuts of the papers. And I made this journal. Or not journal, little notepad. Yeah. And then what I love is that you have the two tags on the front and the back. So yeah. And then I did kind of put it over the other side of that aqua paper, but it can go anywhere in the journal. And then I did add one of these little clips, sturdy little clips, so you could put it wherever you want. And then some of my favorite fabric I have in my stash is this gold and teal. I don't know if the light is not bright like I wanted it to be, so I'm sorry if you can't see. Maybe this is a better angle. You can see the beautiful teal color. And then I just added some sari silk down here with a little pin. I did stitch it on to the, I stitched the pocket and then I glued it on so that it would stay nice and flat onto the other side of the Anna Griffin paper here. And then it is a pocket, and in the pocket is this really beautiful little tag, and then a Tim Holtz rose emboss, and I don't know, there we go. Hopefully you can see the embossing there. And of course there's plenty of room for more things inside this pocket, and I stitched with gold thread. And then I left this beautiful paper open. I did some stamping here, added some fun trim, same for here, some ribbons and trims, other side of the alphabet. And then this was left over from the first collection of books, the beautiful angel, and so I made it a little tuck spot up top there, and you can see all of this paper for you to have fun with. And then in the little tuck is a piece of pink tea-dyed coffee paper with some stamping, a piece of vintage ledger, this folded in half, and then another piece of embossed cardstock here, and I added some silk ribbons down here on the bottom in that gorgeous blue color. There's some fun things for you to play with. And as always, all my books come with another little envelope of things to play with. So this will have some things that I was playing with that didn't make it into the journal. And then I like to put together some fun things for the journal owner to play with as well. Here you can see the pages that come with this collection of papers. So even if you just printed the cover, some of these papers here, and these papers, maybe 2 times, you know, printed this twice, you'd have a beautiful book. So much fun, these papers, and they are so absolutely breathtaking in their design and the colors. It's just beautiful, beautiful. I just don't have any words. I always gush over her papers. Sorry, Debrina, if you have to hear me gush so much. But, yeah, it's just some of the most beautiful papers I've ever worked with come from her shop, and I'm grateful for her. So, yeah. Here's the end. You can see the other side of the music paper, other side of the love. Oops, the other side of this here is on the back here, and again the antique lace. And then I did another little, oops, sorry, I did another little, I punched through the top and just added a couple more journaling cards for you to journal. And then on the bottom here, I stamped one of my favorite stamps. It's a little pen with some florals. Love, love, love that stamp. And then I think I told you about that, the antique lace. And then I did make a little pocket and added some really beautiful fabric here. Of course, I had to have a pretty pink bow. And then it's a little pocket, but look at the pink paper. It's just so beautiful to end with. I just love, love, love these papers so, so much. You could definitely do some light writing over this, maybe around the roses in like a light colored, or a gold pen would be so pretty. Just some little notes and things. And then just for fun, I did make it a little pocket in here. But if you didn't want to cover up this pink paper, of course, you could add these anywhere in the book, because it's just so beautiful. And then I added some more gold trim up top, edged everything in gold, and hopefully you can see how sturdy these boards are. Really hold this book together really beautifully, and I like that. I like for it to be very sturdy. And then you can see more gold embossing on the back, and then my signature is right here. So that concludes this flip through. And I'll just show you the sides, full of beauty. I love the little cross and the dangling bits hanging on the bottom, especially the trims. So that concludes the flip through. Sorry if it was long. But just thank you so very much for hanging out and watching. If you're watching this video, these are in my Etsy shop. Oh, I forgot to add the little wings. I'll just put them in here. But each book has a little pair of golden wings. Yeah, so if you're watching this video, they are already in my Etsy shop. I did the pictures today, so everything's up and running. There. If you have any questions, of course, leave me a comment below. Just thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. And if you follow me on Instagram, thank you so much for following me there. And if you commented, another big thank you. I just love how so many people are touched by these papers like I am. And I just think, Debrina, you're a special person with a special gift, and I'm very grateful to know you and to be able to work with your papers. And I love that other people see that as well. It's just really, it's really beautiful. So I just wanted to just give you an extra thank you for creating these. And let's see, I guess that's all. I'm sorry again if it's long. Have a really great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye for now.